go play physical. Otherwise, you're wasting all that work. We're prepared to go play. Now it's time to go play. The best part of the week is Saturday afternoon.
Degrees here on this last Saturday in September. Just about set to go. The Cats trying to win their 9th straight Big Ten game, dating back to last season.
You gotta play together, all right? Be a dog out there. Yeah. Be a dog. Yeah. That's who you are. Let's be a dog, baby. Be a dog. Let's go. Here we go. Be a dog. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Be a dog.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Northwestern Wildcats.
And we're ready for Michigan and Northwestern. 3 of the last 4 games decided by less than a score.
As September comes to a close, Pat Fitzgerald's Wildcats return from the bye to game week practices, with 14th-ranked Michigan headed to Ryan Field. On the sidelines this week is sophomore running back Jeremy Larkin, who leads the Big Ten in scoring and ranks in the top 5 in 4 other statistical categories. He is the Wildcats' leading rusher and responsible for half of the team's touchdowns. But today is his first day as a student assistant coach. Larkin was recently diagnosed with a spinal condition called cervical stenosis, which forced him to retire from the game that he had played since he was 5 years old.
Obviously a challenging day for Jeremy Larkin, the football player, but a blessing for Jeremy Larkin, the young man. This morning he addressed his teammates, letting them know that unfortunately he'll no longer be able to participate as a football player. But equally, if not more important, he'll continue on as a student assistant coach and continue to be a part of our special brotherhood that we have here in our football program.
There's no reason to be sad because I'm at ease with the decision. It's not like I have regrets of like wishing I could have did this or wishing I did more of this. Like I feel like I put in everything and I left it out there every time. So that part is fine with me. It's just not actually getting to go out there and play with you guys every day, strap up, and do that. But I get to sit here and be with you guys every day, just in a different role.
I don't think we ever realized it would come to this point. Like we would joke about it and whatnot. And I remember sitting there with Patty telling him, "Hey, I got another visit," and he just goes, "Well, you better start getting in the books then." And we were just joking, thinking like, "Yeah, sure, whatever," and whatnot. And I think it was just very just shocking. And then obviously we were sitting there after we had got the news the day after. We just had an unreal moment where we were just sitting there laughing 2 seconds, and next thing you know, we're kind of just in there and in tears and whatnot, kind of just thinking about the whole situation and how this was not real. We didn't think it would come to this, and the fact that football is actually over was just something that was just really, and I think at that moment too, I realized these are my brothers, and kind of it's just sad to realize that I couldn't play with them anymore, and the fact that there was just much support from my family and friends was just kind of really touching.
The Friday Lark learned the news. He actually came over to Patty and myself's house. We had a little talk, and we had our moment where it was heartfelt. And when he first realized it, it wasn't all sunshines and rainbows, and it's just one of those deals where I just had to be there for him. There really wasn't much I could say, just because I didn't really know that place he was in, and just to see the way he was able to handle it from first realizing that he would never be able to play football again to now, it's really been an inspiration. I love him to death. He's like a brother to me, and I think one of the things I'm just so thankful for is that our staff was able to catch it, and he's got to be healthy. He's got to live a healthy life.
Like I said, I get to sit here, you know, and walk around, breathe on my own, get to be with friends, have this conversation, and not in the hospital bed or anything like that. I still get to live a normal life. This isn't something that will affect me down the road, so that's definitely something to be fortunate. And obviously, with the support that I've had from the coaching staff, players, family members, old coaches, just like all the family and friends that I've had, and be there not only with me now, but in the past, and kind of that aspect that I've been really just fortunate for.
Larkin will step away from the field of play and into his role within the Northwestern coaching staff.
I'm ecstatic that he's going to join the staff. He was adamant that with the team today that this is not the end. This is just a new chapter.
And I always thought of being a teacher growing up, so I figured coach and teaching kind of goes hand in hand. But you know, obviously with this situation, Fitz offered me a job, and I was like, yeah, sure, I can just jumpstart my career by 5 years and whatnot.
For Larkin, it will take until Saturday for it all to really sink in.
Obviously, I don't know. Obviously, I think that's when it's gonna really hit me, the fact that I can't actually go suit up and put on the pads and whatnot, you know. And I think that's gonna be tough. But at the end of the day, I think I'll have to like maybe 10 seconds or something, you know, soak it in and realize, you know, take it in and then realize I have a job to do. I think Saturday is going to be a really, really fun experience as a coaching debut.
And when it comes to the state of the running backs room, Larkin has nothing but confidence.
They're obviously all great players. I mean, they wouldn't be here if they weren't. I mean, but I think they all bring a different, you know, like a different style of game to the game. I mean, obviously.
But the transition to Coach Larkin may take a little more time.
I mean, just in the aspect of calling me Coach Larkin or Coach Larkin, it's honestly weird for me to hear it. Anytime I hear Coach Larkin, I'm thinking someone's talking to my dad or something like that. But no, it's definitely fun just being able to be around my peers and whatnot and try to coach them up, but still kind of have that player perspective of it.
Head up. Head up. Good follow through. You know what I mean? Hey, if we're cross blocking,
Real talk though. Go get on that VR. It helps with pass pro stuff. Like watch team heat, watch team, see where you get all the protections. It's perfect.
all right, hey, Arby's go.
Line.
Arby's go.
Line.
Arby's go.
Line.
Hey.
You better be playing the smooth tunes.
Now we're gonna play the regular stuff.
Yeah.
You feel me? So we can literally take this.
I'm just asking, what is your definition of keeping it short?
Did I say short? Did I say short or did I say this length? I said around this length.
One of the features in the recently completed Walter Athletic Center is a barber chair located in the team locker room. It's here that sophomore receiver Ramad Jalkio Bowman keeps his teammates looking their best.
I think JR had showed up to meetings one day and he had a fresh cut. And I was like, hey Jay, who cut you? He was like, mine. I was like, oh, mine like that.
Yeah, it really was a process though, because I started back in January during winter quarter, and I was cutting. This is back when we were in Nicolette. I was cutting at Elder, the dorm, because I just was trying to get as many heads under my belt as possible. Practice. But yeah, now it's gotten up to, I don't know, maybe 30 plus, 40 dudes on the team.
Started building that clientele. I was with you from the jump though, after I saw your first cut.
And while everyone from walk-ons to seniors are welcome,
what's up with it?
Don't expect to get any availability as a walk-in.
This week, I got people scheduled for this week. I could throw you in the schedule for next week if that's cool. I don't know, I'm kind of. Some people would say I have OCD, cleaning, scheduling, staying in a routine, staying organized. But to be honest, when I see this chair, I think a lot about Jalen Prater. And when I think a lot about Jalen Prater, I think a lot about the guys before us that really I didn't even know or come across or get to meet that have laid the foundation for this facility, because I don't know if we really have this, the barber chair. Just being grateful for what we got now, being able to get people crispy.
The feeling of gratitude for their new home is shared not just by the Wildcats of now, but also the ones who paved the way.
I know this, the pictures don't do it justice. I've obviously kind of kept up from afar, and obviously I was telling them earlier, it's the most I've been asked about Northwestern since I left is when this facility got built. And here's what it is. It's a way to make the athletic program here the same as the academic experience, and that's world class. And I would put the facility up against any in the country, and I know that the experience exceeds anywhere in the country. So we were saying today there'll be a lot of kids come here because of this facility, and that's the wrong reason to come here, but it's the right decision, and a lot of kids will be steered the right way, and this is a life-changing place. And certainly for the kids that are here today, they already know that, but for the kids coming in the future, you can't make a better decision than Northwestern.
All right. Are there any questions? I'm retiring.
Zach Strief's visit to Northwestern follows a career that spanned 12 seasons in the NFL, all as a member of the New Orleans Saints. On this day, he is celebrated in the newest class of the Northwestern Hall of Fame.
At one point in my football career, I thought to myself, this is going so well, that degree might not even make a difference in my life now. Fast forward to the end of my career, and I retire, and I go to the local radio station, and our play-by-play guy, Jim Henderson, was retiring after 32 years. Very much like Dave. He's not retiring yet, but 30 years, right, Dave? So another iconic voice, just like we have here at Northwestern, and I said, I really want to replace Jim Henderson. And they said, well, how much experience do you have? And I said, none. And they said, okay, well, that's not going to work. And we sat down and we talked about it, and they go, now, you did go to Northwestern, didn't you? And I was like, bingo. It was totally worth it. That was great. Good for me. Now, disregard the fact I took no broadcasting classes whatsoever at Northwestern, but what they don't know won't hurt them.
In Strief's very first game in the booth, he was on the call for another Northwestern alum's first NFL catch.
Drew Brees in the shotgun. He drops back, has time, throws to the right. That's Austin Carr, caught at the 30, and he puts his head down to try to get forward, and he's going to be just short. When people ask me if I like to hear, my response is always pretty similar. Northwestern is filled with great people who care about you. It's located on an idyllic campus close to one of the greatest cities in the world. It opens doors for you that you don't know exist. And I always ended it with, the facilities aren't the best, but the experience is. And I'm glad to see now that the facilities, like the experience, are world class. Thank you again to everybody involved in allowing me to be here. I want to congratulate all the other recipients. It's been an honor to be on the stage with you tonight. Thank you all, and go Cats.
All right, man, hey, listen. We got a brother, stand up, Lark. We got a brother leading us out of the tunnel. All right? I want all you guys to make eye contact with him right now. Everybody make eye contact with him. I want everybody to unleash it for this guy right now. What do you guys say?
Yeah.
Fast, physical, not only for tonight, but for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life that you get the privilege to play this game, let's play for this man. What do you guys say?
And we're ready for Michigan and Northwestern.
The 75th meeting between the Northwestern Wildcats and the Michigan Wolverines, the first since 2015.
Let's go, D!
Shotgun formation for Patterson. With Hickman to his left, the snap to Patterson. Patterson now looking lots of time. Pocket collapsing, and he is sacked! Sacked by Joe Gaziano at the 16-yard line. Third sack of the year for Gaziano.
He led the Big Ten with 9 sacks last year, and he was relentless. He never gave up. He pressured the pocket, came from the backside, good sack.
The offense got off to its usual quick start, with Fitzgerald relying on junior John Moten IV to anchor the backfield.
Quick throw, Moten the catch to the 45 and angles out of bounds.
2nd and 6 at the 37. Thorson to throw it, drops it off underneath. Looks like a bumble screen. Caught. J.J. Jefferson with the afterburners. J.J. Jefferson down at the Michigan 1. That's a gain of 36. David Long with the saving tackle.
Clayton Thorson, the quarterback under center here, 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Thorson straight ahead, push to the pile, to the end zone. It is a touchdown!
The Wildcats drive it right down the field.
All right, keep this thing going.
Gallagher stood him up.
And that just stones that play before it ever gets started.
To give the Cats a 10-point lead. Here's the snap. Here's the kick by Kubander. End over end. Got the distance. It is good! Charlie Kubander with the longest field goal of his career.
And they give it to Higdon. Higdon trying to get through. I don't think he did. It'll depend on the spot, but Northwestern feels that they've stopped him.
It is 1st down Northwestern. The Wildcats hold on 4th and 1. And a nice diving catch by Flynn Nagel to the 31-yard line.
Looking, touchdown Northwestern. Wow, what a start for Pat Fitzgerald and the Wildcats.
And the Wildcats have hit the Wolverines with 16 points to start the game.
Yeah, hit the hole, baby.
It's 16-0.
We talked about Moten in the pre-game about his straight line speed, and he got exactly what he wanted.
After scoring on its first 3 possessions, Northwestern continued to move the ball throughout the first half, with Thorson connecting with Ramad Jalkio Bowman 4 times, keeping the time of possession in the Wildcats' favor. The defense, meanwhile, kept the Wolverines in check, allowing just 24 yards in the first quarter and surrendering only 1 third-down conversion in the half.
I'll tell you what, those yards for Higdon, he's got them, but they have been tough to come by against this defense. 1st and goal, Michigan. Give Higdon right up the middle, untouched to the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
Come on! Keep taking it to him, D! Keep taking it to him, D! Keep going,
Halftime adjustments would not include senior linebacker Nate Hall, who was lost for the game in the second quarter.
So again, the Wildcats will play the rest of this game without linebacker Nate Hall.
Without Hall, the defense stiffened in the red zone, giving way to just a pair of Michigan field goals in the third quarter.
High end over end kick is through the uprights.
Offensively, the Cats couldn't recreate the success of their early drives, and Fitzgerald was left hoping the defense could hold the Wolverines at bay for one more quarter.
Higdon, nice tackle.
They've had to earn every single inch tonight against this Northwestern defense. Got to punch it into the end zone to complete this comeback.
And Michigan has the lead for the first time today.
Ball is caught. Skoranek gets out of bounds.
And for the second straight game, the Wildcats' fate came down to the final play.
Anticipating the Hail Mary. 4 seconds left. Thorson to throw. Thorson under pressure. Sacked. The ball game is over, and the Wolverines come back to beat the Wildcats and end their 8-game Big Ten winning streak.
We got a damn good football team. We got a damn good team, but you got to believe that, and you got to fight your ass off for 60 minutes of Big Ten football. And we went for today for about 49, maybe 50 minutes. And that 10 minutes is a difference in the game. That's the way it's going to be for the rest of the ride. So buckle it up. Get ready to work. Don't walk out of here with your head down low. If you gave up one of those plays, then you need to fess it and you need to fix it. Because if you pout, it does not get fixed. If you feel sorry for yourself, it does not get fixed. It's the mental habits here and the physical habits we create during the week. That's it.